Welcome everybody to this month's team brief. This month we covered a number of topics, starting with winter resilience. As we get into our very busy period, we need to make sure that we've got opportunities to look after one another and ourselves. Karen Archer-Burton talked about accessing and completing the staff survey. We also had a brief update on why it's important to access the flu immunisation. And finally, thinking about our emotional well-being, we talked briefly about the opportunity to attend a Schwartz rounds, which many of you have already attended, but in particular the next one has the Point of Care Foundation coming along to do some filming, and it'd be great to see as many of you there as possible. We then moved on to an update on our estates plan. Chris Bell and Andrew Grimes shared with us some very exciting plans for the future. And finally, Noreen and Tom covered off what a clinical model might look like in relation to taking the opportunity presented by the estates plan to provide a new urgent care centre, emergency department and other connected facilities.
Hi, I'm Karen. I am one of the assistant directors in HR responsible for learning and organisational development. And at Team Brief today, a couple of things that we were talking about was the flu vaccination programme that's due to start and also the staff survey. Luckily or unluckily, they are going to start launching at exactly the same time. So wanted to kind of bring it to everyone's attention that there's going to be lots of activity going on over the next couple of weeks. So our flu vaccination programme starts on the 9th of October. We've had a fantastic response to our peer vaccination programme, and we have 55 colleagues across the Trust primed and ready to give everybody their vaccine. And there's going to be a huge comms campaign, and hopefully some of you will have already seen out on Aspire just some information around flu. It's really important for us this year to embrace this flu campaign. Our colleagues over in Australia have had quite a tough time recently with the pandemic out there, so we're just getting some information from them about how that has been and what their kind of vaccination programme was. So we want to encourage as many colleagues who work on the front line and around the Trust to get the vaccine as soon as they can. Colleagues from occupational health will be doing drop-in centres, drop-in sessions, so you can go and see those guys as well. And if you have any questions, then obviously you can speak to our occupational health team. Alongside that, we're going to launch the staff survey, and again, it is that time of year when we ask for your opinions. The staff survey goes live on the 9th of October, and it will be open for about 8 weeks. And this is your opportunity to give us your views on things that are going on around the Trust and the NHS. There is a mixture of online and paper options, and some people might get paper, some people might get email. But if you haven't got anything probably by a week after the 9th of October, please give me a shout and I can chase that for you. Saying that, what I want to say is that the staff survey is completely confidential. Lots of things I've heard around the Trust is people thinking that it's not. The survey is run by an external company called Picker. They have the details of everybody in the Trust, and if perhaps you haven't had the opportunity to complete your survey, perhaps within a couple of weeks of it going live, Picker will be the ones who will actually contact people just to give them a gentle nudge to say to complete. Here at the Trust, the senior executives, me, we do not know who or has not completed the survey. I just want to stress it is completely confidential. So that's why we encourage you to complete it as much as you can.
Hi, my name's Chris Bell and I'm the Director of Estates and Facilities. And today at Team Brief, I discuss with Andrew Grimes, the Head of Capital Development, the Estate Strategy Refresh. As part of our Estate Strategy Refresh, we have some very exciting, high-profile developments in the pipeline. And they include the West Site land sale, the ramp development, office relocations, a new urgent care centre and assessment ward block, a new deck car park, and new and upgraded staff accommodation. We also talked about Ashford Hospital development planning and that it was work in progress, and a new approach to office working and how we were doing that with Louise Mackenzie and her team. This new approach to office working is designed to address space and office challenges and creating flexible space. This includes open plan offices, hot desking, working from home and IT investment. The progress of this development is linked to our other high-profile site developments, and we'll keep you informed of any changes and progress as we go along.
Hello, I'm Andrew Grimes. I'm the Head of Capital Development and I'm the Project Director for the disposal of the West site at St Peter's. The West site is a joint venture between Ashford and St Peter's, Surrey and Borders and Optivo. Optivo is the new name for Viridian Housing. The development will include improving staff accommodation, providing market housing, and due to the consultation we had with you and the public in April, we will be providing additional facilities across the site. You'll see on the drawings there's a multi-deck car park, there's a shopping area, there's the new urgent care building, there's an office and block for estates, and there's the housing on the side. This disposal enables us to fund some of the schemes we're doing, including getting rid of the ramp. The reason why we're telling you about this today is because by the end of this week, we will have put in the planning application and it'll be in the public arena during the course of next week. And a press release will be going out this week to announce our application. If you've got any questions about the estates strategy refresh or the office process, please contact Chris Bell or myself.
Hello, my name is Noreen Moss. I am the Interim Associate Director of Operations for Acute and Emergency Medicine, and today at Team Brief I presented the urgent care pathway model that has been developed with clinical teams in delivering urgent care demand at the front door in the next 2 to 3 years' time. My remit was to discuss with clinicians across all divisions the model of care that they felt would be most effective in provision of urgent care at the front door. We had to undertake this project as a consequence of a growing demand for urgent care both nationally and locally, and the demographic profile of our local area, which has demonstrated a significant increase in older people. It is expected our population will grow by 8% in the next 10 years, but our population of over 85-year-olds by 43%. The conclusion of our steering group was that we would require a whole system approach to this demand, both within the hospital and our specialty services, working together to manage urgent care needs, as well as engaging our community and partner organisations. Therefore, the model that we are proposing is that we build a multi-specialty assessment floor that houses a frail elderly unit, orthopaedic, surgical and medical assessment areas, including ambulatory care. It is expected that this service would be able to meet the increasing demand, which will be anywhere between 2.6 and 5.5% increase in the next 5 years.